has ordered the railways to pay rupees 35,000 to a passenger who missed a flight from Jammu to Srinagar because of the delay in the Ajmer-Jammu Express train. Now, the top court, while hearing the matter, ruled that every passenger's time is precious and that passengers are not at the mercy of the authorities. The Supreme Court slammed the railways, saying that it must improve its services and working culture and own up responsibility for late arrivals of trains. This after government failed to provide a reason behind delay of the train and said that the train was running late but that couldn't be attributed to deficiency in services. That was the argument put forward by the centre in court. But the Supreme Court has in fact ruled in favour of the complainant, essentially now ordering railways to compensate the passenger who missed a flight because of the delay in the Ajmer-Jammu Express. Let me go across. I'm joined over the phone line, rather, by Mr. Sameer Zaveri, who's an activist who works in this field of looking at how, there have been such cases where passengers need to be compensated. Or these are, of course, serious issues which plagues all of us, and this is the first time that we can actually see that a top court taking cognizance of the fact and ordering for compensation to be paid by the railways, by the government, to a passenger who lost out of taking a flight and several other additional expenses that he had to incur because he boarded a train which then was delayed. Mr. Zaveri, thank you so much for joining us in this discussion. Do you think that, there have, of course, been instances when this has been brought up. This is, of course, not a new story. The fact that rail trains are constantly getting delayed. They're delayed by almost a day or over a day sometimes in several parts of the country on a regular basis. People are, in fact, used to it nowadays. But there's something more which needs to be done by the government to actually make it way more accountable, because even the Supreme Court in its order has said that in these days of competition, there needs to be more accountability and passengers cannot be at the mercy of the authorities.
Yes, the verdict is very perfect, and it will result into the holding railway authority the accountable, because when there is no accountability and there is no other side compensation and the remedies, then railway were free hand. If train is delayed by 6 hours, 8 hours or 1 day, who is going to ask them? So now, because of this verdict, when they have to pay compensation, they will start more particular in running the trains. And it is the interest of the passenger and consumers' right, because we buy the ticket, and there is a scheduled timing, arrival, departure, and the reaching. Okay. So if they are, the verdict are very good, if the delay is beyond the circumstances, beyond their control, is okay. For example, a heavy rain come or something happen naturally, then we cannot do anything. Otherwise, they have to reach at scheduled time. This is very good judgment and in favor of the crores of passengers, because see, passengers are common men. They cannot fight legal against the railway authority. They are public authority. They fight against us at our own money, public money. In that case also, railway went to appeal in Supreme Court. Why? Judgment was very reasonable and very good.
Right.
But railway authority found against the passenger at cost of passengers, public money only. It is the public authority. So railway minister and the top authority must treat such decision as a wake-up call, and in future, each and every decision, there is no need to fight in Supreme Court and our public money against us.
That's right. In fact, but Mr. Zaveri, the question still remains, the Supreme Court has, of course, in this case, clearly said compensation of X amount needs to be paid. But how much do you think that on a day-to-day basis at a practical level, will a passenger be able to avail this actually? Because, there's going to be so many protocols which might be set in place. Again, maybe petitions which need to be filed in courts. It's a struggle. Do you think that, although the order is, of course, very welcome, and that does address one of the main issues that passengers face, but in practicality, on ground, how applicable do you think it would be?
At present, there is the public has to take a call, and they have to file first a complaint application to the railway authority that this train is delayed by such hours, so I want compensation. Okay. For example, if I want to go Delhi, I get don't get the confirmed ticket directly Mumbai to Delhi. So what I do, I break up the journey. I buy ticket from Mumbai to Allahabad. If I get confirmed, then Allahabad after 2 hours to Delhi. If my train is 6 hours late, then I miss the next train. So I can file compensation of stay 1 day at Allahabad. And the further cost or travel by taxi or whatever the other mode. So this is very good. Then somewhere the positive in favor of the passengers, right? Something has started and ruled by the Supreme Court. See, whatever Supreme Court is saying, it already become law of the land. For
Right.
example, the Parliament passed the law. Supreme Court judgment are the equal power.
Right.
So this is good, starting for make them more accountable.
Right. Right. Mr. Sameer Zaveri, activist there, thank you so much for joining us on this discussion.